Right, hello people. I've got a bit of a developing story for you guys today. Deontay Wilder versus Derek Chisora is apparently all set for April, and yeah, let's get into it, man. This is interesting because last we heard about both of these men. Chisora is the front runner to face Fabio Wardley for his world title. I believe the WBA or maybe WBO. Let me fact check that real quick. Yeah, the WBO title. So yeah, last we heard about Chisora, he was the front runner to face Fabio Wardley. And last we heard about Deontay Wilder is he was going to be put in a farcical matchup against Alexander Usyk, where he was probably going to get beat so comprehensively it's not even worth it. And but now we're hearing these two are set to fight each other in April, which means I'm not quite sure who Fabio Wardley's going to be matched up against. Maybe it is Daniel Dubois. Last I heard, it was Daniel Dubois versus Zhang, but maybe they'll do the Daniel Dubois fight. Maybe they'll give him even softer touch. Not that Dubois is a soft touch to begin with, but you know what I mean. Maybe they'll give him a soft touch. As for Usyk, maybe Caballero. Yeah, this is a great fight. This makes complete sense. Deontay Wilder versus Derek Chisora. Obviously, Deontay Wilder being the former WBC World Heavyweight Champion. Derek Chisora being a long-time gatekeeper / contender in the division. Yeah, it's a good fight. Apparently, it's going to be Derek Chisora's last fight. It's of course his 50th fight. Whether or not it will be his last fight, I'm not entirely sure. You can never really tell if Derek Chisora is one of them kind of characters. As for Deontay Wilder, this makes sense. Of course, the Usyk fight made sense for Wilder, and the fact it's such an opportunity, such a big opportunity, you just kind of had to grab it. But it wasn't winnable at the end of the day. Whereas Derek Chisora is seemingly quite winnable. As for who I'd have in a fight, I'd have Derek Chisora winning. These two were actually scheduled to fight back in the day on a Frank Warren show, I believe. So it's kind of come full circle now that it's scheduled to fight on a Frank Warren show in the year of 2026, which is kind of crazy. And yeah, it's good. I feel like this is actually going to happen, especially with it being said that it's going to be announced next week at a press conference. I should also say that the source for this is Brunch Boxing. That'll be at the start of the video. I'll start naming the sources I get these kind of from. Yeah, it's a great fight for both. Obviously, better for Derek Chisora, as opportunistic as the Fabio Wardley fight was. Dangerous at this point in his career. Same thing for Usyk and Wilder. This just seems like the best route forward for both men. Yeah. As for who I'd have winning, I'd probably go with Chisora at this point in their fucking careers. Chisora just is seemingly a bit of a nightmare for Wilder. Of course, in their primes, when they were actually scheduled to fight, who knows? We actually don't know how good prime Wilder was. We know how good prime Chisora was, which was decent, useful. As for prime Wilder, we really, really don't know. We know he had big right hand. We know his fundamentals were never the soundest. But you kind of never saw him in there with someone of the ability that's going to really tell you where he is. Even Luis Ortiz, which is cited as his best win, is in reality not that great of a win. What's Luis Ortiz's best win? Exactly. It's hard to state what it is. And yeah, man, as cool as it would have been to see Chisora get another world title shot, I just prefer to see him in a winnable fight, to be honest. This is dangerous, of course, but Wilder's last fight, he looked slower, uncoordinated, which he's kind of always looked. He's lacking that kind of spite in his right hand when he throws it. There's no speed, there's no explosiveness.
And there's that right hand, gets through the defense again. And there's a huge right hand, knocks back Herndon, and Ray Colonna stops it. They were able to negate that power a bit when he put Wilder on his back foot. And there's a huge right hand, down goes Helenius!
And yeah, he's a very bullyable heavyweight. You know, being kind of small for the division. Only 6'7", but look at the weights he weighs in at. And we remember the Fury fights, Fury 2, Fury 3. even the Parker fight in moments and the Zhang fight, the man struggles with pressure. And Chisora is the ultimate pressure fighter. Now, of course, Chisora is very shot-born at this point. Shot-born, is that the word? He's very shot at this point in his career anyway. He's lacking explosiveness, speed. His coordination is also not the best at this point in his career. His chin's probably declined a little bit, although he still can take a shot. The head movements is just all but gone. He used to have decent head movement coming forward, Chisora. Yeah. His energy levels as well are like poor. He kind of wears himself down after a few rounds and then lays on the ropes. So yeah, I definitely could see this going either way. It's actually a bit of a 50-50 at this point in their careers. But yeah, it's a favourable matchup for Derek Chisora. It's a favourable matchup for Deontay Wilder. It's much better than the fights that were being proposed to them. So despite them being for world titles and despite them being big opportunities, yeah, they're risky fights for both men. I like this fight. And yeah, thanks for watching. Goodbye.